I also had a sudden panic because I realized we're like looking at someone's bed. I thought someone was sleeping right there. It's just the blanket wrapped up. Oh hey guys, back again with another video. I've read the comments about people wanting to prepare for coming to the ship, especially in the new year. There's a lot of new crew coming. So I thought, why not do a video now in general about things to pack and not pack, and then in another video I'll look specifically at the dress code. So that's that. When it comes to what is given to you in the room when you arrive, you have this violently gray duvet cover, as my friend Kate Pitchford calls it. You get pillowcases and sheets and all of that, but it's gray. So if you want more color or personality in your room, bring your own. You get one gray towel, one gray washcloth, and a gray like hand towel, and then there's like a gray mat. We really like gray on the ship. So if you want anything different, bring your own towel. I do think I didn't come up with any towels, and I regretted that, because if you're going to the beach, you don't want to just be stuck with like your bath towel. Magnets. Maybe I've mentioned this before, but all of our walls are magnetic. My friend Emily Larson, shout out to Emily Larson, she got me these really cute magnets that look like plants. I also, for example, have this like basket that I made. I just put a little magnet in it and I'm able to put it on the wall. When I'm standing by the mirror, I have my makeup here, and it's just really like easy to get ready in the morning. I also recommend bringing like various boxes and containers to hold all of your loose items, because most of the cabins function on more of a cubby system. There's like less drawers, and so those cubbies end up becoming quite horrendous caves of just junk if you don't have a way to organize it. So like for example, this goes in my closet. It has all my socks. Some people do the travel cubes because that's easier to travel with because they're collapsible and you can just roll them up. If you want to risk coming here and seeing what's available, we do have a boutique, and a lot of people who come and go will end up putting things like this in the boutique. But I will warn you that the boutique, while an amazing resource, is in a very public place, and so crew tend to be pretty intense about it. Like if people put good stuff in there like this, it will be gone within probably like 30 minutes. The next thing I want to talk about is shoes. So I feel like I brought shoes that were for the off-ship world, and then forgot that when I'm on ship, I'm not always going to want, especially like in the evening when I'm just hanging out with my friends or watching a movie, I don't want to always be in my like gross dock shoes that I've been walking around in the dust and the dirt in. For example, I wear these sandals a lot off ship, and they are looking quite battered, but yeah, they get really dirty and really sweaty, and they're not really what I want to put on at the end of the day. I have these like little, I don't know what you'd call these, like tennis shoes, but not. So I have ended up wearing these hotel slippers like all over the ship in my free time, which is kind of a weird look. I don't know if I'd recommend this to people. I actually did find a pair of flip-flops in the boutique, but again, like not my shoes, not the ones I would have chosen. Let's head out and ask some other crew members of things they recommend.
One thing you should definitely bring to the ship is sunscreen for beautiful sunny days like this.
And for the times that you know off ship and you are on board, you definitely need to have some sweaters with you. So, and I'll encourage you to bring more than one, because it's freezing. It's not just cold, freezing.
I was gonna say this bag, but I actually got this here, and I would say it's probably cheaper to get it here, and it works really, really well, and it's good for like security. But if I would say something that I could bring from home, it's like clothes that you can either be dressed down or dressed up. I love these like black pants. You can just put them with any shirt. They go with everything and makes it look dressy, but then you can also wear something that like goes over them, and they're just casual. So I love them.
How you feeling about your order, Graham?
Yeah.
Look at this.
It's pretty nice. Got a nice mouth. A few teeth.
Speaking sweet. No eye?
Yeah, the eye's gone,
that
sadly.
makes it sad. And we got Roxanne and Maisie with their stuff. She's trying goat for the first time.
We might die today, guys. We die together. This is the kind of day I've had today. I know you're not supposed to wear flip-flops on the gateway or when you're on the EMT team, you know. And I committed a sin. I wore flip-flops thinking I could get away with it one time. And of course, today is the day when my flip-flops decide no, we're not going to stand by you anymore, Carys. We're breaking. Literally breaks in half as I'm trying to carry like oxygen down the stairs. So I'm gonna go change my shoes.
Secure from drill, secure from drill, secure from drill. The drill is complete. All crew may reboard the ship.
Yes.
My name is Janelle. I'm from the United States, specifically Michigan, and I am serving as a pharmacist. People sometimes ask me, like, what does that look like? And our days start with going to the rounds up in the hospital and visiting the patients who've had surgery, seeing what kind of follow-up they need. And then the rest of our day is just based on needs of the hospital and the crew in terms of having prescriptions filled. So one thing that I wish I would have packed is a Bluetooth speaker. Obviously, you would still need to be courteous with that around the ship, but there are events that happen where it would be nice to have a speaker, or even here in the pharmacy, if we have a quieter time, it would be nice to be able to play some music on a Bluetooth speaker. Another thing I wished I had packed, which wouldn't necessarily be applicable to most people, but like I wish I had brought my flute. The spirit behind that is if there's something that you have that you think would be fun to do with a group of people, or that you could bless someone else with, and you have room in your suitcase, I think that there is room on the ship and in your room to bring some of those luxury items, at least on the GLM. Another thing I wish I had packed is a badge reel, which I was able to purchase one in the ship shop. We are issued lanyards when we come, which are lovely, but sometimes when you work in the hospital and your badge is like dangling in things, and then you go through the dinner line and it's dangling, and so it's just nice to have a badge reel to keep everything a little bit closer. So the ship shop came through on this one. I think another thing to note is on the packing list, it recommends bringing collapsible luggage, but I do think here on the GLM that we have space to bring up your suitcase if that's easier for you.
So I'm here with my friend Laura. We actually have a really fun connection story because we met not on the ship, but on the El Camino del Norte.
When we were walking Camino, I saw two girls walking ahead of me. I just felt called to say hello to you.
Yeah.
I never do that, but I was like, I kind of want some company, and there is a nice vibe around these girls. Mm-hmm. When we start talking about what are we interested in and where do we come from, what are our plans.
And it led to Mercy Ships,
yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yes, exactly. I was like, I can't believe, because I already was watching your videos before I met you.
It's crazy.
You were part of why I am here. I think I met another girl also that encouraged me to come, but then thanks to her I went to your videos and to your channel, and I thought how random I am here with Carys Parker, you know,
hiking in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
I just think God works in such amazing ways, bringing people together. It doesn't make sense, and yet it happens, and we somehow ended up on that path on the same day. If we would have started just a day earlier,
I know,
a day later, we wouldn't have met.
Yes.
And then you show up a year later on the ship.
Yeah, and I remember back then I was worried. I was anxious that they will never call me. The application process was taking so long. Somehow you were like, don't worry, there is a new ship coming and you are going to go into it, you will see, they are calling nurses. And I was like, okay, and you were right. Like half a year later, they said, yes, it's okay.
You're someone that the moment I met you on the Camino, I knew you were special. There's this quote by Gandhi, and he says, in a gentle way, you can shake the world. And I think that's something I appreciate about you, is that you are kind and you're gentle, and yet not in a way that means you're not powerful and that you're not making a difference. You do both. through gentleness and kindness, you are strong. And you're here as a nurse working in a ward?
Yeah.
A ward. What has it been like to be a nurse here compared to what it's like working back home?
I really loved it because the specialty that I am in is general surgery. So we get a lot of patients coming in, going out. So there is usually a lot of things going on. But we just work as a team. We work as a family. Actually, after this interview, I'm going to have some dinner with the staff that are natives from the country, and they are helping us out, and with whom, like, we can't work without them. They help us to communicate with the patients, and it's been great working with them, connecting with them. There hasn't been any single day that I didn't want to go to work here.
Wow.
No one single day. Sometimes back home, your burnout, somehow what you're doing stops having sense or meaning. But here it's just, no, I will work every day, even though it's sometimes challenging, but you always have support. And anything that happens, we are going to solve it together, you know? So I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever, give me world, anything.
I'm wondering if there's something you are really glad that you packed, that you brought with you, or something you wish you would have brought that you could share with people who are currently preparing and packing and getting ready to come.
It's funny what happened to me because I didn't bring many stuff. And in my case, actually, I ended up needing less of what I brought because there are so many things to do here. And I thought, oh, I'm going to read this book and that book, or I want to take this just in case. I realized that here, everyone is looking after each other. And even if you forget something, there is always going to be someone that is going to be there like, here, I have it, or we are going to find a way how you get it. While you're living in the ship, you actually don't need much. Life gets so simplified that you're like, well, with the little I have, it's enough.
I actually think this is the best way to end a video on what to pack and not pack, because throughout this video, you know, I'm like, okay, these are all the detailed things you need, and yet, at the end of the day, even if you don't bring those things, or if you do, but you're going to come here and you will be changed because you just start to do life differently, and you're around people who are living the same way, and before you know it, just feels normal and it feels okay. Not just okay, it can feel actually really freeing.